Hello. Today we'll be learning about performance. The problem I'm going to use to show an example of performance is taken from assignment 4, problem 1. So pretty much this problem gives us two different machines and it gives us the different specs of each machine. And the first problem wants us to find the overall CPI for each machine, and the second part wants us to see which machine is faster. So let's just concentrate on the first part. So part A asks, what is the overall CPI for each machine? Well, there's a formula for that. For overall CPI, you multiply the CPI times the IC and you add up the sum of that. And the CPI is the clock cycles per instruction, and the IC is the instruction counter. So let's pull up that chart again. So as we can see, let's do the overall CPI for machine A first. So when you're looking at machine A, you first want to see the CPI. The CPI is located right here. So we get the CPI, we multiply it by the IC. And this can be seen right here. And then you just add up the CPI and the IC for all of them. So for example, you would just continue the process. You would do 1.2 times 0.4 plus 1.5 times 0.25 plus 1 times 0.25 plus 1.3 times 0.10. And when you add all those up, you get 1.235. So that is the overall CPI for machine A. So similarly, in the same way, you would do the same thing for machine B. So looking at machine B, you would do 1.1 times 0.4 plus 2.0 times 0.25 plus 1 times 0.25 plus 1.8 times 0.10. And that equals 1.37. So that's how you answer part A. 1.235 is the overall CPI for machine A, and 1.37 is the overall CPI for machine B. So now let's look at part B, which machine is faster. So there's also a formula for that. So to get the CPU time, you do the instruction count times the CPI divided by the clock rate. So this is what was given in the problem. Machine A's clock rate was 1 gigahertz, and machine B's clock rate was 2 gigahertz. So from part A, we already know the CPI of A is 1.235 and the CPI of B is 1.37. So then after that, we just plug into the formula. So the CPU time for machine A will be calculated by the instruction count times 1.235, which is the CPI, divided by the clock rate, 1 gigahertz, which is 1 times 10 to the 9th. So you see, the instruction count, we don't know, but when you're doing the two calculations, both of them will be in terms of instruction count, so you can just leave it as a variable. So for the CPU time for machine B, we would do the same thing. It would be instruction count times 1.37 divided by 2 times 10 to the 9th. And that gives you 6.85 times 10 to the negative 10th. So, just so you know, both of these are in terms of instruction count. So it would be that times the instruction. And just looking at these, to see which one's smaller, you can see that machine B has a shorter CPU time. So that means machine B is faster. So that's the faster one. And that's pretty much it for this problem. Thank you.